Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of FortressCraft Evolved. I'm Axion Evolved. Thanks for joining us today. A little bit has happened since then. You see we're clearing out some stuff over here, but we've also been clearing out the rest of the base area. So I've been really kind of trying to focus on clearing out the floor, and we pretty much got it done. Right now I'm kind of clearing out some of the mountain over in this direction, maybe get a little bit more of this down. But then, yeah, we'll be good to start filling in floors. And once I get the construction pace, we'll be good to start filling in floors, building work areas, and start getting our towers up. And speaking of towers, let me try to not ruin the surprise while we travel over here. But I've been kind of looking at some design possibilities for castle towers and stuff of that nature. So let's go take a look over here at kind of what I've been working on. So I kind of came up with a design here for the towers and the castle wall that I want. So this is kind of a rough, I guess like a mock-up of one of the design plans I have. So essentially, this bridge in the middle will connect two towers. Now, one thing I'm trying to decide on, you can see this is where our actual center is. I'm debating whether I want to have this face right here, this face of this tower, whether I want it to be on this line, or if I want, so like this face would be here and that side face would be here. So this whole structure would really actually be like right here. Now, I'm debating on whether or not I want to do that or kind of shift this whole structure over to my left now and kind of have the middle of this wall connection section line up with this corner. So essentially, while this square would kind of be like a guideline, it would function closer to like an inner perimeter as opposed to the outer perimeter. And then with that, I just I just continue the walls out, right? So like something similar to this, where I just, plop them down. Obviously, I would make them a little bit higher, but that's essentially, that would be the wall going, parallel to this inner boundary. But the way everything's spaced out, it'd probably be a little bit farther out. So that's all something I want to look into doing. Let me get a little bit higher in this direction so you can kind of see inside, and so I can talk about my plans for what I'm doing there. So let me just build up right here. Whoop. So you can see they're basically just circles. Eventually, I haven't figured out. I have a bunch of different cosmetic blocks that I can use. So I don't know if I want to make these actual rooms on their own, or just kind of put down a floor and not make it like a defined room. But I don't know if I want to put wood, like a wood floor down, or what. So guys, if you have any ideas, let me know down below in the comments, and I'll figure out what's the best based on what I get. But either way, these towers, and this distance is also kind of negotiable. I'll kind of see what looks the best, but the overarching goal for this, besides the cosmetics, is I want these circles, these towers eventually, to house all the weaponry that we have to defend ourselves, so that when the monsters are coming through, I have overlapping turrets to fire on them. So that's something I'll be setting up over the next, I don't know, a few days. I might do that off camera. I might do a little bit on camera. Some combination of both, so you guys can see kind of the process behind it all. And also, I'm not 100% sure if my posts here are spaced out evenly in all four corners. So that's something else I got to check. But that is not all that we've been doing off camera. So a huge portion of this game is basically just digging. And in the last episode, we came across and started getting set up all of our tier 2 ores. So to that effect, I'm down here at the negative 10 meter mark, which is kind of where I'm going to establish a new floor. Kind of a cool little chasm over here. But our auto excavators for the first 2 ores have actually completed their digs. Now, I haven't been down. So, yeah. So, like, I might need to get some nano disintegrators, potentially, to clear up any ore. But I think we are in a good spot to kind of begin the process of getting the cargo lifts going. So before I hop into that, though, I want to kind of make some room down here, because we're going to need to get the cargo lift stuff set up anyway. So this will just kind of dig some stuff out. I'm going to run up and go grab cargo lift stuff, and I'll meet you guys back here. Oh man, guys, let me tell you what. The rack railer has been working overtime. So we have tons of rack rails, and I'll probably have to set up something very similar to this to feed the cargo lift controller, I guess, because that's what's actually going to build the whole thing. So let me get this system filled back up, I guess, because we got just tons and tons and tons of these. I know we're gonna need power, and I think so. Our holes are actually like right in here. I filled them up top because the cargo lifts aren't gonna be coming up this high. So I think I can just kind of siphon power right off of this. No big deal. I think the pyrothermic generators will run underground because we're only gonna be a couple meters down. So I don't think that'll be an issue, but we'll kind of see. I'll get one going. Now, I haven't set up anything down below, so I have no idea how I'm going to do that yet. But let's get this cargo lift going, and then, actually, I could just dig a hole. I know it's like roughly here-ish, right? Oh, look. The first half of a hole. So I think it's right over here. Yeah. Oh, so this one didn't actually get all the way up. Oh, wait. Oh, no, here we are. Man, look at that. Look at how much work this thing did in just that time. Okay, so I guess I'll go with this one, huh? Yeah, I don't see why not. I know it wants to go up at least 3, so let me kind of dig out a little bit. Just kind of clear some room. Actually, you know what? Why do all this work myself, you know? It's literally like there were machines made for this, right? Okay. So I'm going to make a little bit of room. So what, it needs to go up 3, right? Cuz I don't want to have to worry about dropping this stuff when I go to pick it up eventually. So let's drop that. We'll kind of go up a little. Throw that down. So we'll kind of let this clear out, but in the meantime, I'm going to clear out this, or cover up this hole. Actually, you know what? Let me just use this. It's the same rock, but it's colored differently. That way I know where I am, right? So this thing wants, I believe it's 3 high. Do I have them on a hotbar? Yeah, here we go. Okay, so 9. Okay, so just a 3x1x3 shape above a 3x3 shaft. But I don't remember how tall the minecart is. You know what? Let's just throw it on here. See what happens. Yeah, I feel like it needs to go up one more. That just doesn't feel right. Let me just put it up one more. Yeah, this thing does some work, man. Let me tell you. Here we go. There we go. Let's try that. That just feels more correct. Let's throw this on. Okay. Now I know for a fact this thing's going to need a hopper for the rack rails. So I'm going to have that automated. Maybe I'll just put that right here. I'll do something like this, because I have about 800 rack rails, which we're going to need to go, 500 down, right? So, all right, so I can clear this open now. And then we'll just do that. Just, a little chain. That should be fine. So that's rack rails. I'm going to throw like 3 generators on here. Wait, let me think. I can get on top and power it that way. And at that point, I'm wondering if maybe 2. Let me just throw 2 on. That should be fine. You know what? Let me do it like this. I'm going to do that. I hope I don't lose this. That and that. Do I have? I do have a logistics. Perfect. Okay. So then I'll just kind of feed this. I guess like that, huh? Kind of strange, but you do what you got to do. Now I just need to get to, I believe that's right here. Yep, okay. So let's do this. I guess I'll just build this down, huh? Alright, so we'll just come straight down. We'll go over. And we're just going to connect this up so that it starts getting power. And then I'm going to, let me put the actual rack rails on my hotbar. Put you here. And then I'll just start filling up and see what happens. Boom. So it'll tell us the status down here. Alright, so it's already just like throwing them down. Seems like it's not having a power issue at all. Are these giving me the 64 that I want? They are. Perfect. So this should be relatively quick. I think the power's keeping up. I know. Luckily, we have a ton of rack rails. I mean, I'm using that word loosely because you remember you need 2 for each foot down you go. So if we're going down 400 feet, we need 800 of them. So, but luckily our excavator's doing some stuff. I don't know if it can go over this though. Yeah, see I was leaving this level right here because it can't reach it. So I'll just kind of super dig that out, help out. We're all team here. Even though, the name of the game is to automate. We're all a team. Alright, so let me let that do its thing. Now I could just jump down there. Let me get the stuff to set up the ore excavations. And then, and then I'll just meet you guys down there when that's ready to set up. Alright guys, so I got some stuff. And as you can see, we've gone down, 181 meters. And I started off with 800 rack rails, so I dropped off the rest in the system. We'll see how far it gets us. I mean, there's still, 100, 98, 74. So the system's kind of still working itself down. I'm going to go down there and see if I can beat it. Now, the only thing I'm worried about is when we get to the cold caverns, which is in between where we are and where we're going, it kind of has our grappling hook freeze, so we can't use it in rapid succession like we can right now. So I'm gonna jump down there and let's hope let's hope it's not too bad. Alright, so that was already terrible. Oh, so this, I'm actually glad this happened. Let's show you guys real quick. This is where all those big deposits were. So like our iron is smelting right in there. Oh, that's the work floor excavator working up there. So that's where our iron is, right through that door. And here's where the first lift is. So we could easily, within the same kind of footprint, drop or is that tin? Yeah, drop a tin, drop another iron, I know there's a copper back over there. So Real easy, real easy. So let's hop back in. Where's the other hole? Should be... Well, there's some more stuff right there. There should be a second one. Did it not make it up? Well, I can go check on that when we get down there. Alright, I'll meet you guys down there. Alright, we just got ourselves down here. So this will be the one that's coming down. And it should be coming down right here. So 1, 2, 3. So right here is basically where we're going to export to. Not that one. Okay, so let's get this all set up. Let's see, where's all this stuff? You know what, let me just put it on my hotbar. I can get rid of... Maybe those. Okay. So I'm thinking we have power right there. Is that thing like done? We're complete. Okay, cool. So I'm thinking something like this. We've got 2. Maybe I'll throw a power block right there. But we have, the power is literally right here. So it's not really a stretch to, in fact, let me get rid of these. It's not really a stretch to get the power where we need it. In fact, let me pick that up too, because next is the gold, and we're going to need to run the gold right over. So we will need, I'm going to eventually need, because of the distance between the lift and the gold, I'm going to need to put a turret down here. So we can kind of plan for that as well. In fact, let me, this should be right here, right? And like I said, these lifts have a 600 capacity, so that's why I'm putting 6 hoppers down. But we still will need, we'll need to figure out how best to do this, right? So maybe something like that. I don't know if this power block's gonna end up getting used. I'm just kind of putting it down there to plan, I guess. And we're going to end up wanting... I would love more than 1 belt, but I think 2 is going to have to suffice for the time being. Unless I can figure out a better way of doing this. Oh, maybe I can. You know what? Maybe I can. Maybe I can do it like this. I can do 1 here still and 1 there with the export hopper here. That'll be add only. But then I can also come out sideways, thusly, and then I can have another one come straight down. That way when it's getting power, or when it's exporting to all 3. Whereas these should just export directly into those hoppers, so there's no issue there. Okay, so we have, let me grab this, and let me grab this. Because this is where we are with our power. Now, are these on this? No, they're not on the same level, are they? They're different heights. You know, it wouldn't be the end of the world if I did something like that, though. Something like that. I could run or put a battery. Does that line up with? No. That one does. Oh no. Or, we have no power. Our hub got destroyed. That's interesting. So that's something else we're going to need to look at is our defenses. Okay, I'm just going to do this and this. And then I'm going to put an emerald lens on. Then I'm going to do something like this, because these are not going to need nearly as much power as... Well, I mean, I guess that is one way to do it. The extractors are not going to need as much power as I'm putting down here, but I am doing it that way so that I can just slap this turret on there. That'll cover this little belt area right here. Alright, so it does look like they are exporting. Alright, good. I think they redistribute every 6 seconds. Something to that effect. Oh, and I want to put motors in since we got them. Because I want those lifts to be coming up and down as fast as possible. Alright, we are getting pretty much... Luckily, this is being fed from a generator up top, so we don't have to worry about the CPH. But we will need to beef up our defenses, I think. Add more turrets. Yeah, I think this will work. I can even, you know, I can even put some window boys on there, but I don't know if I really need to. I could do something like that. And because there's like nothing in here, I don't think it'll be an issue, but you know what? I'll take those down. We'll just kind of let this go. I don't know where the rack rails are. Oh, they are okay. So here we go. So now I just need to get back up to the surface and put in the cargo lift, and then we'll bring in up titanium. But that doesn't help us quite yet because we are not ready to smelt. So that's something we'll need to do. Are these getting full? I might throw on a diamond lens on here. I'm not sure. Because this is doing 10 and this is doing 10. It doesn't... Okay, and this needs 2. So this only needs 4 power per second. So this should eventually... Okay, it does have a positive delta. And so does this. You know what? I'm just going to do those. That should be enough to fill up the batteries, which is what I'm worried about. Just because I don't want to have to deal with power down here. Okay, so I'm going to run back to the surface, and then we'll see you guys up there. Alright, we are back up at the surface here. I'm just going to throw this cargo lift in. Where are you? I'm going to just throw this in. And top unload, bottom load. Yeah, so then it'll just go down and do its thing. I think now is the time I need to switch that lithium over to a basic smelter, because we can't make a smelter array yet, or the new smelters, because we just don't have the technology. So what we need to do, we need to take this line and just kind of keep running it, because we're going to end up having to handcraft, or I guess hand smelt the titanium. So let's get this system emptying. Let's set up another little thing here. I guess we'll just do the same exact setup. Do I have one on my hotbar? No, we just throw one down. Last one I have too. Okay, so we'll just throw this down here. This will be remove. This one will be add. I have no hoppers. I can only make one. Let me get some gears. I think I have some like ready. Yeah, once I get this stuff automated, it's going to be a lot nicer. So I'm not just like, oh, I don't have whatever. Okay. So then let's throw this hopper down. This will be add only. Should be getting power. Another thing I can do if this ever starts running out of power is move, put a secondary generator line there. That way this, although it seems like it has the power it needs, so I'm not too concerned. I wonder where we lost though. They must have just come with too much for our guns to handle. Okay, let's run this lithium since I'm down here. Let's run, so I know we're coming down here. Alright, so lithium. You're gonna just, I guess, just bring it all the way, huh? Our induction charger's there. Not a huge deal, since we're just going to go under anyway. Alright, so that looks like it went all the way through. bring that over. I can't get out. Thank you for letting me out. Okay. Okay, and then this is just going to come... Well, I guess it's just going to go straight up anyway. Let me use an upslope. Because I... You know what? No, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. We'll just dig this out. We'll dig this out. We'll go up. Well, maybe it helps if we're in the right area. We'll go up. Up. In. So then I don't know if I'll be able to hit that belt. You know what? It'll be fine. We'll bring it out extra because why not? There we go. Get that line all happy. Make sure the coal has its home. And then just bring that over. Alright, and now we have lithium smelting over here. So then I'm just going to fill in this line. Fill that in. This will eventually all get replaced with the new stone, so we don't need to worry about that. How's this clearing out? Pretty close. Let me throw in that ore that I had, that lithium that I don't want. Oh wait, no, let me throw in this one, since that's literally why it's here. Lithium ore. Alright, let's go check our titanium because I want to see how much there is. I don't know how fast it's going to come out. Let's see. Oh wow, it looks like it's already dropped off a whole load. So there's just like damn near 600. And it's already loading again down there. So that's incredibly fast. Okay. We are not going to be able to do that very quick, but well, once we get the bars going, you know, it's like a game of stepping, right? So it's like you get the titanium ore smelting, which lets you get the nickel going, which lets you do the research to get the other thing going, which lets you do the research to get the other thing going, and it's just like a cycle. Oh, I've also been getting as much construction pace kind of going in the interim as I can. I need more rack rails because we need to build the second cargo lift for the gold. Oh, maybe not that, but I want to in fact drop stuff off. Alright, so that's looking good. How many do we have here? 85 and 101. Okay. We can at least get it started. Oh, we're getting an attack coming. So I threw that up because it's nice to know when the attacks are coming in. But my base rating is pretty low. So because we lost last time, it's probably going to lower the difficulty of the mobs. So that's a thing. That should be going as fast as everything else. Okay. Yeah, it's all filling up pretty quick. This thing has no problem keeping power, so that'll work just fine. What can we do with titanium? Okay, so that needs gold. I know one of them, that needs nickel. Storage? No. Defense? What does that get us, I wonder? Advanced defense. Missiles and Mark III turrets. Okay. Mark III turrets, you could conceivably defend until the end game with enough of them. So, I guess, I feel like we still need the gold, huh? The gold's already set up. It just literally needs the rack rails and the cargo lift. Do I have another cargo lift? I didn't even check that. Cargo lift. I need iron gears and servo motors. Luckily, I have iron gears already going. Servo motors, I need what, 4? You know what? I'm just going to make 25. Basic cargo lift. Boom. Cargo lift controller, I need 9. Okay, perfect. So another nice thing about lifts is once you get them built, they no longer need power. So I can just take that infrastructure I made, the the whole power setup and just shift it over to the other controller that I'm about to make. Oh, nice, man. This is really getting... look at it. This thing's already full again. And it's loading up already. But this is really starting to clear out. Let me get this thing going. I guess we'll just start pushing back this way, huh? The other thing is we, again, don't have enough hoppers, but... yeah, this will be easy. Okay, let me throw on the controller, though. One cargo lift controller. And they both go down 385, so we know the depth because we can just see the depth of this one, which means it's 385. So what is that? 600, 760, so 770 rack rails I need to get all the way down there. Let me close this up while I'm taking this down so that I don't lose any of it. Well, I guess it's really just this one, huh? And then let me throw that on here. And then we will... now, I got to be careful with how I put the belts, because if I put belts right here, they'll start grabbing this titanium ore. And we don't want that. I have so much in my inventory right now. Okay, so I guess I'm just going to put it right here, and we're just going to have to just make it work, you know? It's not going to be pretty. No one's going to like it, but it's a necessity. Yep. I don't like it, but what can you do? Alright, so we'll just do this. I've only got 2 hoppers on me for now, so that's all that's going to get in there. But we can at least... did I put them? I know I put them on a hotbar. Here we go. We can at least start throwing some of them in there. See how well that works. Alright, and down they go. We're going to need 6 more hoppers for here. And then eventually, you know, get it to a... how big is this? That is tiny. You know, the Mark II work floor excavator we can actually use to get rid of this ore. So we'll probably do that. That's so tiny, it's not really worth building up infrastructure for. So we'll do that, no problem. Let's go see how our bars are smelting and drop some more ore off. Because I wonder... I need to see what the Mark II floor excavator takes. And also... oh, geez. Weren't we getting attacked when I first went down here? Let's make sure that we're not going to die. Drop some ore off. Because, yeah, this is already done. This thing will chew through ore like it's, you know, no one's business. Alright, let me grab some gears. I need hoppers. Always need hoppers. And, boom. Titanium bars. So I have a bar. Hot bar. So we're going to just take that up. What does the Mark II floor excavator take? Unknown material. I wonder if it will... no, if I press H, it doesn't... I wonder if I could search this thing, because... I want to know what it takes, but I can't do that unless I can see it. Anyway, that's not a huge deal. How is our defense holding up? Like, that seems to have all the power it needs. It must just not be getting there. These only have a 20-meter range, which isn't actually all that big. So that might have been why we fell the last time. Yeah, it's only sending mobs, no heavies or anything. So I don't know why we wouldn't have made it the last time. But what can you do, right? So I want to get the rack rails going. I want to get that second cargo lift like done. You know what I mean? Like, I want it to be functional. I want it to be bringing stuff up so that we can start making research pods, and we can start and then we can start getting more smelters, the real smelters, getting our what's it called? Our power generation a little bit better, our power transmission better. You know, get the Mark II lasers. And for all of that, we need research, really. So how many do I have in here? I can at least get some research pods going. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. And then the other thing, once we start kind of clearing out that bottom area more and filling in this top area, we can actually start kind of planning things out. I want to maybe clear out a little bit more of this. Yeah, I think the next step, right? So we're pretty much, I do need to get the nickel. I need to get the nickel coming up. How many of these do I have? That's a decent amount. Oh, always iron gears. That's this one, right? Yeah. Oh, on the bright side, though, well, now that we got tier 2 coming up, 500 slot hopper, gold and titanium. That's all we need. So we can start making bigger hoppers that we can, use as inputs and outputs. That way it's just, oh, let me drop 500 tin and get all the lightweight machine housings. Let me get 500 conveyor belts. So I'm excited for that for sure. I love these matter movers. Absolutely love them. I just think they're so cool. They just... Oh, it already made everything. Oh, dang. Let's drop more ore in there. Let's grab those 2. Oh, boy. Okay, so I think I'm going to wrap it up here. There's a lot of little miscellaneous stuff that is just tedious to do. But let me know what you guys think about this tower idea or these shapes. If you have any other ideas as far as castle designs go, I'm all ears. I think I want to do something kind of similar to this too for doorways, because it's just, obviously it'll be taller, not the arch per se, but the tower, so it won't be like right at the top, so we can walk through. I have like a little slit in this one just for walking through, and it's functional, don't get me wrong, but I want it to be a little bit more grand. Maybe over here I'm kind of feeling like this is the front of the base, so maybe I'll have like kind of a bigger arch, with like a walkway into the center. This will all eventually be gone. All of this, everything you see here will be on a lower level, so you won't have to worry about that getting in the way. Oh wow, this came all the way up. I don't want it here. So yeah, so it'll essentially be tower, then big wall, and that's the other thing. The towers need to be tall enough that the walls don't look so puny. So finding the balance of height is going to be a thing, and plus you can't block the enemies, so that's something else. Maybe there will be a bigger height difference between these two. I'm not sure. That's all stuff that we can kind of figure out in time. And then once we get down, let me just go down. I think once we kind of get the nickel set up and coming up, it's a little bit offset. Well, I guess I have a couple options. I can route the nickel to this area, right, where these two are, and then have it just come up next to where these are, so it's just all in one spot. Have it come up over here, whatever. But I just would need to route the nickel, because the nickel is deeper, so I would just need to route the nickel lower, or route the nickel up to where these are landing, so that it comes there, which just means I have to run defense and all that kind of stuff, which, like I said before, not a huge deal, but it's just something extra to do. So on that note, I'm going to sign off here. Thanks again for watching, everybody. If you liked the video, hit me with a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. If you have any questions, comments, leave them down below. I'll do my best to answer and get back to everyone I see. And with that, we'll see you guys next time.